In this worksheet called COUNTBLANK, column G has some blank entries. Not everybody in this list has benefits. We want to be able to tabulate this information. Now, certainly we can use a filter to show just those people with benefits or just those people without benefits. There's a built-in capability of filtering to do that for us, but sometimes we just need to tabulate the information. We want to know how many blanks are there. So there is a function called =COUNTBLANK. This is one of those longer functions, so as we type =C, perhaps we'll find it in the list here, scroll down, use the tab key, pop it into place there. There it is, COUNTBLANK, press tab, there it is. And where are we looking? We're looking right here. Now you might be tempted to click column G, and I will in a bit, but let's just highlight the data here. It's about 100 rows, so it doesn't take too long. How many blank cells do we have in here? Enter. There we go, 28. In other words, 28 people here do not have benefits in this list. I mentioned that we might possibly want to click column G as we do this because we're looking in column G. But I will point out here, and you'll see immediately, of course, what's happening. This is looking through the entire column, and all those cells below our data here, which are empty, are going to get counted. So that's a huge number. Now, for point of contrast, we see up here how many rows there actually are in an Excel worksheet in Excel 2010. And it's pretty close to this, but there's a difference there. Now, the difference you can probably quickly see is 72, and that's not what we want either. So if you wanted to use the entire column reference here, say the list were a few hundred, a few thousand, instead of dragging over this, you might want to piece together a formula. It'd be a little tricky at first, but what you'd want to recognize is that if you've got data here where all of the cells within a list are occupied for a given column, like column A here, we could build a formula that uses that particular capability. And it might look something like this. We'd start with this idea here. In other words, we need this information. But along with it, we'd want to subtract the information that we see up here. So I'm going to put in K1 right there, minus. Now, we're still not there because if we subtract, that's not really the answer we're looking for. So the other item that we need to put into the mix here is simply a function that will count A, the number of entries in one of our other columns. It can be column A, column B, any of these up here that have complete entries. I'll just use maybe column B here. And then put in a minus. And we're not quite there, but let's see what answer we get here. And you know that's not correct. So what do we need to do? Simply put in left parenthesis here and at the end. Now, this is a little bit contrived, perhaps, a little bit more than you thought we needed to do here. But if the list that you're trying to use here is quite large, this saves dragging across a huge list to come up with the cells that you want to look at. That's what we did up here. And there it made sense because it wasn't so large. But here, even though this is a little bit involved, it will get us there using the COUNTBLANK function in combination with that total row count and the COUNT A function.